Hey everybody, Will Davis with the Monroe County Reporter. The top story in this week's newspaper, the reporter has learned exclusively that those 6 men that were in a Dodge Charger that crashed at the High Falls exit, 4 of them perished, has now been tied to a shooting in Henry County and a robbery in Gwinnett County. Sheriff Brad Freeman telling the reporter that the men are suspected to have been involved with those incidents. They also had been chased by deputies in Bleckley County, south of Macon, before they came to Monroe County. A Monroe County deputy saw them near the city of Forsyth and began to chase until the car accelerated up to 169 miles an hour. Lost sight of the car. A passerby later discovered it in flames in the woodline at the High Falls exit. 4 of the men were killed in the crash. 2 men who survived. 1 is still in the hospital. Neither one will tell. Monroe County Sheriff's Office is investigating, but says they will likely allow the schools to handle discipline after that melee at the Mary Persons Gym on Monday night. It involved Upson-Lee girls basketball players versus Jackson cheerleaders. Yes, we have video of the melee, which involved up to 20 people.
Oh, no! Oh, my God! What is happening? What is happening right now? Oh, my God!
Sheriff Brad Freeman said his deputies did an outstanding job containing the fight and pulling everyone apart. No Mary Persons students were involved, but it did happen on the campus, so the Sheriff's Office is asking for any information about it. See more details in this week's report.
Whenever I go camping at High Falls State Park, I always make sure to bring the reporter, so I don't miss anything. You should too. Subscribe to the reporter today.
Hi, I'm Donna Wilson with this week's Monroe County Reporter Incident of the Week. A red Chevrolet was spotted by Forsyth officer Richard Maddox traveling east on Harold G. Clark Parkway with burned out tag lights, and Maddox took the driver to jail after learning he was unlicensed around 7:27 a.m. on January 20th. After the officer activated his emergency lights, the male driver with 3 male passengers pulled over just past the interstate bridge. When Maddox asked him for his license, the man handed him his Mexican ID card, and he was asked to step away from the car. Maddox then handcuffed him and placed him in the rear of his patrol car. The passengers were also unlicensed, and the car was towed.
That noisy Bitcoin mine proposed for Burner Avenue in Forsyth has been turned down by the Forsyth City Council. The council met on Monday night and debated for over an hour the merits of the Bitcoin mine. The city was hoping to take in large amounts of revenue and power bills from the Bitcoin mine, which, well, it's too much time to try to explain what it does, but it makes a lot of noise and residents were against it. About 70 neighbors and residents turned out to oppose the mine, and City Council voted unanimously to turn it down. See more details in this week's Reporter.
Well, we hear from our readers how popular the Monroe County Reporter is, but you don't have to just find it in a store or get it and wait for your mail to come. You can now read it online as well at mymcr.net with a subscription to our e-edition. To the Monroe County Reporter, read all your favorite news and sports and what's going on in Monroe County online where you are on your phone or on your computer. Call 994-2358 to sign up today to your subscription.
Hey y'all, it's Tammy Raffers-Eater with the Monroe County Reporter in this week's Everyday Hero. A restaurant server does more walking than any other profession, averaging around 22,777 steps per day, rushing back and forth taking care of hungry guests. All this and more for just $2.13 an hour plus tips. It takes a special person for this type of job. Someone as special as Wanda Walker, a server for Shoney's at 323 Harold G. Clark Parkway. Wanda has been working at the restaurant for the last 21 years and says the best thing about her job is how good the company is and that Theo Witherell is a good boss and has done a lot for the store. She said business at Shoney's is better now, but it still has its slow days. People didn't want to use the buffet after the restaurant first reopened, but the health inspector said it was fine, and now people are happy the buffet is available. She hopes to retire one day, but for now she must take care of herself, and Shoney's has no retirement plan. She said one of the main things that keeps her going is to work every day is that she likes to spend money. Her advice for young people just starting out: you'll feel better about yourself if you work. Wanda said the worst thing about her profession is the walking and has no idea how many miles she walks every day. She's an everyday hero, just doing her job and depending on tips.
Hey, Monroe County, if you're planning a wedding, a big event, a corporate Christmas party, we have the place for you. Our friends at Macon Tent Rentals, Jeff Holloway and his team are Monroe County residents, and they are the best. They are the top of the pack when it comes to tent rentals and preparing for the equipment for a big party. Tents, tables, chairs, lighting, dance floors, staging, pipe, drapes, cooling units, linen, cafe lights, just to name a few. You can even pick up items for rent at their location. Call now for a free quote, 478-746-8269.
A Forsyth teenager was sentenced to life in prison after pleading guilty to killing her mother and brother when she set fire to their home. Candace Walton was hoping to run off with her boyfriend. The boyfriend is still in the Monroe County Jail awaiting his trial for those charges. And District Attorney Jonathan Adams revealed that he has text messages where the couple plots ways to kill her mother and brother, including poisoning them. When that didn't work, putting things in her sweet tea, they moved on to arson. She will spend at least the next 30 years in prison before she's eligible for parole.
We wish it would have been longer. Right. I wish, she'd have gotten a little longer than that. It's pretty sad to think you can kill your mom and your brother and, 40 years later be paroled.
We'll see more details in this week's Reporter.
Hey, Monroe County, if you're planning a wedding, a big event, a corporate Christmas party, we have the place for you. Our friends at Macon Tent Rentals, Jeff Holloway and his team are Monroe County residents, and they are the best. They are the top of the pack when it comes to tent rentals and preparing for the equipment for a big party. Tents, tables, chairs, lighting, dance floors, staging, pipe, drapes, cooling units, linen, cafe lights, just to name a few. You can even pick up items for rent at their location. Call now for a free quote, 478-746-8269.
Hello, I'm Terry Johnson. I write Monroe Outdoors for the Reporter. The first big birding event of the year is the Great Backyard Bird Count. In 1998, this count was set up to be a bird count that would determine the status of wintering bird populations across the United States. Since that time, now the bird count encompasses the entire world. In fact, last year, over 300,000 people in 190 countries counted over 6,000 species of birds. If you would like to participate in the Great Backyard Bird Count, it's really easier than you can ever imagine. All you have to do is dedicate as little as 15 minutes of time in an area that you select. It can be as big as the whole county, or it can be your backyard. And all you have to do is to count those birds that you can identify in your backyard in as little as 15 minutes. The count runs February 18 through 21. And during that time, you can do just one count or as many counts in as many locations as you like. It's a fun event for you and your entire family. All you have to do is to sign on at the greatbackyardbirdcount.org on the computer, and you can participate in this count. This week, I'm going to tell you all about how you can participate and how this is one fun event that you can do and make your birding just not fun, but it will be birding with a purpose.
Monroe County loves its firearms, and there's no better place to get your firearms and ammunition needs than Red Root Defense, a small family-owned business right here in the heart of Georgia near the Jones-Monroe County line. Check them out for a full selection of firearms, ammunition, and accessories.
Hey, this is Diane Gladwell at Monroe County Reporter, and have you been seeing spring come around the corner this week? General Beauregard Lee up at Dawson Trails told us on Groundhog's Day that spring is coming, and it was a nice occasion. If you didn't come this year, make plans to go next year, because it's very exciting to watch General Lee come out and see what he'll have to say for us. But we're looking for that spring. And when you think about spring, the Forsyth Main Street has set the calendar for the spring concert series, summer concert series. The first one will be April 2nd, and the Tams will be coming to town, and we will have concerts on the square. Again, that's a Saturday night. It's free, it's fun, and please patronize the local businesses while you're enjoying the music.
What? Did you see this? A woman had a snake in her car. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to subscribe to this reporter.
In sports, the Mary Persons Lady Dogs basketball team has, let's just say they've had a rough couple of years. They've won 4 region games in the last 6 years. That's less than 1 game per year. But they've turned it all around, and on Tuesday night, they had a big upset of Crisp County in the region tournament. And that means not only will they advance to the semifinals, they also earned a spot in the state playoffs for the first time since that Final Four year, 7 years ago, when Kiki Calloway was a senior. Also, the Mary Persons Mat Dogs, a couple of MP wrestlers heading to the state tournament. That and soccer, Mary Persons soccer teams on a roll. All that and more in this week's Sports in the Reporter.
Do you have a business in Monroe County? Then you should take out a full-page ad. Do it today and call the Monroe County Reporter.
We are here at a Bitcoin mine that is just located next to a bird sanctuary in the South Georgia town of Fitzgerald. And we are inspecting the property of this bird sanctuary and see how our feathered friends are adapting to Bitcoin life. As you can see, it is a wildlife habitat, a beautiful area. And here is our local bird watcher who is having trouble relating to birds as she used to before the Bitcoin mine was located nearby.
Has kind of changed since all that noise.
For feathered friends, for feeding, for bird singing, and for other relating that she has enjoyed in the past.
Not even a finch.
The noisy neighbor of the Bitcoin mine. It seems that the birds are unable to be heard.
I just don't know what to say. This is not good. It's gonna be a silent spring.
And they wonder
Okay, you hear this. It's
whether
4 o'clock. It's
such
starting to
mines
ramp up.
should
Yeah,
ever be
4 o'clock.
located
Every single day.
near such
I can't
natural
get good.
environs
Come back to my
ever
dog.
again.
I'll be here. My dog
As
is
the city of
going nuts.
Forsyth
I won't come out of the house. My neighbor and I
considered
can't
a
visit
Bitcoin
over
mine. Many
fence anymore
complain there
because
may
we can't
be
hear
more
each
noise.
other.
Our investigation discovered it does indeed add to the noise in the surrounding area and makes it virtually impossible even for our canine friends